Welcome back, Prince Huda Podcast, episode 9. We're almost at the decade mark. How crazy is that? I'm your host, Prince Huda. My co host is in a very good mood today because of some of the stuff he's been saying on this show since early January. The Chiefs Whisperer, the Chiefs Predictor, the Chiefs Manifester, the Lucky
Viva
Man. Viva Las Vegas!
Las Vegas.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Chippy joining me today in a great mood. I see that smile. How you doing, Mr. Chief?
Great. What a game last night. And who called it? Who called it? Let's just go back to the clip on TikTok. Who called that we were going to be watching them celebrate on the field? Too much energy was on the Chiefs. I said it. I called it. Go back to the clip. Go back to the clip. Chippy called it. Everyone, oh no, they're going to lose to the Ravens. Ravens are going to beat them. Oh, Purdy's going to beat them. Yeah, okay. Okay. Mahomes Dynasty. What a game. We were over at Prince's place. We did have that little party.
We did.
And it was looking dicey at halftime there. No offense. Nothing was cooking. The boys didn't know what they were doing against that defense of the 49ers. And then I just knew. My buddies texted me, oh, look, the Niners. And I'm like, a little too early. Little too early. And guess what? It was a little too early. And Chiefs got it done, baby. Chiefs got it done.
They got it done. I mean, that's always the funny when the group chat goes, "Oh, Niners, oh, Purdy." It's like, well, listen, there's plenty of football left. Same thing happened last year. Chiefs went down at half. I made the mistake of thinking it was over. I had the Eagles, so this year I said, "Screw it." Chippy's on the Chiefs. The whole world seemed to be on the Chiefs, which is usually when you don't take the Chiefs. Drake put 1.1 million, so I said, "Screw it. I'm going to take the Chiefs," and it was a very profitable night for Prince, and I owe a lot of that to my co-host here for sticking to the Chiefs.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Felt good about that pick. Knew it. Locked it in a couple weeks ago. Honestly, I locked it in mid-season. I was locking it in. I just knew it's my team. Chiefs are obviously going to get it done. Patty Mahomes is unstoppable. Like, is he now in GOAT talk?
I was afraid we were going to get here. No, he's not Tom Brady.
Are we in GOAT talk? That's what I'm saying. Is he even better than Tom Brady? Is what I'm saying.
Stop.
Yeah, no, I'm not stopping.
Are we
Absolutely
going to
not
this
stopping.
early?
I'm there. I'm here. I'm here for all of it. I'm here for all of the conversation. 28 years old, 3 Super Bowls, on pace to have a better career than Tom Brady. And
on pace. Yeah, on pace. On pace. I'll give you that, but it's like, again, this is obviously quite a bias. You see the Patriots emblem here. That is my team, but it's 28 years old. All right. 3 Super Bowls, 28. Amazing. I saw the side by side, both guys at 28. I mean, one was put into a role to be a starter in his second season. The other came in as a starter because the starter that they paid a ton of money to was hurt, but I digress. Tom Brady had a much tougher path to becoming the league franchise quarterback than Mahomes did, but that's neither here nor there. It's a long game. All right. Tom Brady retired at 45. Mahomes is 28. So in 17 years, can he win 4 Super Bowls? Maybe, but maybe not. You know what I mean? Is this the peak of Mahomes? Is he going to get better? I don't know, because Brady got better as you went along. Is Mahomes going to get better? Because it feels like he's playing at an elite level. Can he get better? I don't know. So I saw the pundits today. Maybe. I mean, injuries
with
happen.
more experience,
teams change. It could listen, man. It's a long game. He plays a lot more of a dangerous style than Brady does. A lot more running, taking a bit more hits. He's also playing in a softer era.
He's also more athletic, so he also can take harder hits.
He could take harder hits, but is he playing until 45? Does Mahomes got another 17 years left in him?
They might just win another 4 straight and just say, "See you later, Tommy." I just won 4 straight after winning 2 in a row already. So they might just win 7 in a row.
7 in a row? I mean,
imagine that. Imagine that.
It's not hard to imagine. I mean, the Chiefs it's going to be the same team next year. They're running it back. They might even get better because they do have some, I think, money to spend on a wide receiver, which would give Mahomes an even bigger arsenal to play with. But it's funny because this wasn't even a great year for the Chiefs. Regular season, Mahomes didn't look good. Kelsey looked terrible. Had him in fantasy, I knew that. Had Mahomes in fantasy, they looked bad. So to see them win in what would be their down year. It is scary for next year, but let's pump the brakes on the Brady Mahomes debate. He's 28. He's not Brady yet. He might get there, but he might not. So let's stick with Tom as the greatest of all time at this moment in time.
Mm, we're getting close. We're just getting real close to
Remember when
the
they
GOAT
fought head to head?
conversation.
Who won? Who won? Super Bowl
Mahomes.
50.
Mahomes did.
No, the year the Bucks and the Chiefs played. Brady beat him with a brand new team. That's another thing people don't
He
talk
was a
about. Brady
rookie.
left.
It was a rookie.
No, it was his second year. Don't want to spread misinformation here. It was an early stage in his career. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. It was an early stages in his career.
And it was
But
offside call, and they should have won that game.
I do remember that. I do
If you
remember
do
that.
recall, that was the worst call in the history of the game, and I was livid.
I don't
So
know. There was a
technically,
pretty bad one
Chiefs should
last
have won
year.
that game.
Chiefs should have won, but they didn't. When it's all said and done,
When it's
Brady,
all said and
because the thing
done,
with Jordan
Mahomes has
on,
like 8 Super Bowls.
he could. I'm not saying he couldn't. I just think people need to pump the brakes. We live in this era where it's always comparative, right? We've talked about McDavid versus Gretzky. If we were a basketball show, and I'm sure we'll get there, LeBron versus Jordan. In this instance, Brady versus Mahomes. We saw them play against each other in the grandest stage of them all, the Super Bowl, and Brady won with a brand new team. So let's pump the brakes. He's not him yet. He's not him yet. He's close, but he's not him yet. I mean, it's Super Bowl was a day ago. We're all talking
I
about
thought they
Mahomes.
beat
We're all
them.
talking about
I
Mahomes.
thought Mahomes beat him out in the playoffs.
There was a, yeah, I think
Let's
I
not forget
think the
about that.
year
Let's not
there was
forget
a
about
year I
that.
believe they won, but
Yeah, dummy
biggest game of
Brady.
the year, he beat them. So I don't know. I'm a Brady diehard. You know that. I got the jersey. I was gonna wear it today, but it seemed like I don't want to get too heated on here, man. Tensions are a bit high, but I mean, there was a point yesterday you didn't think Mahomes was having a good game.
He really
Let's not.
wasn't. I mean, that's just common to the natural expert football eye, which I have. Wasn't Mahomes' greatest game. There was a lot of mistakes being made, a lot of turnovers, interceptions, uncharacteristic mishaps, sacks. It was ugly. It was extremely ugly for majority of the first half of the game.
Oh yeah,
And
but I feel like the
leading
Niners.
even into the second half, he threw a pick in the second half, and then they recovered on a punt. That's crazy.
Yeah, the Niners made a ton of mistakes too. It was very odd to see two
I couldn't believe the
teams.
Niners didn't close them out. Like they kept getting opportunities. Like it was just 3 and outs, 3 and outs. It was like 3 and out on both sides.
Yeah, well, that's when you
Felt
get to
like
that stage where it's like Brock Purdy versus Mahomes. One guy's been here before. One guy's looked shaky at a point in every game in the playoffs so far. I mean, that fumble on the first drive, I think, was the real momentum killer. Niners just run up the field. McCaffrey's running all over them. And right when he fumbles that, we both looked at each other like, okay, like that's the momentum killer. If you couldn't score on the first drive, fumble like that. I mean, they did score, but like you said, the punt that went off the guy's foot.
but Chiefs
Poor
fumbled there
Greenlaw.
too. Chiefs had it within the 20, and they fumbled as well, which was killer.
Yeah, they had a couple of issues too. It was a very sloppy game, I'll say that. Very sloppy Super Bowl. Two teams that are very good did not play their best games. A lot of punting for a Super Bowl for sure.
Yeah, it was a lot of punting. Yeah, it came down to the kick. Came down to
Yeah, I
one
mean the
kick that
last
got
that
blocked.
yeah, that I don't know if I said it on here or I said it on somewhere else, but the Chiefs always make teams make uncharacteristic mistakes, right? Remember that Buffalo kicker went wide. Baltimore, Lamar had that terrible interception. There was the fumble at the goal line. The Niners, the muff punt, the blocked field goal, the fumble in the first. Like they force teams to make these
Is it
mistakes.
the Taylor Swift effect?
You could be honest. You could be onto something there. I mean, they
Did
showed it
Taylor
quite a bit
Swift
yesterday.
do the magic show and she used her magic
Voodoo.
voodoo to make those plays happen? I'm just saying, could be. I've seen a lot of
You're not the
conspiracies.
only one
I'm
saying
seeing a
that.
lot of conspiracies going around on TikTok right now
What are
about
they saying?
the upside down cross. There's a lot of stuff I'm
Okay.
seeing A lot of conspiracy, a lot of voodoo out there that I'm reading about. I don't know how much you believe in that stuff, but there was quite a bit of representation from that side
Interesting.
being
Interesting.
played in the
So
Super
Blake
Bowl.
Lively, Ice Spice, Lana Del Rey, a couple people in the booth. Those are
Could
Miles
have been doing
Teller
some.
was in there too.
Could have been doing some
They're all in
voodoo out
there.
there.
Yeah, I mean, makes
Could
sense.
have been getting a little weird. Could be getting a little bit weird. You know, we don't know. We don't know what kind of energy they're throwing down at the field.
What'd you think of Usher?
Sure. Sure. I mean, I was amped. I thought it was gonna be unreal. I thought the audio might have been a little murked on his mic. Like it just seems I couldn't really hear it properly. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it sounded better live, but for me, it's okay. Wasn't my favorite halftime show, but
I didn't
how
like
about
it.
you? What did you think about it?
I didn't like it. Like I wanted to see, the last 2.5 minutes when he did, yeah,
Yeah, that was a
yeah,
banger. That's a
yeah.
banger. That song's a banger.
One of the greatest songs of all time, in my opinion. But I don't need the first 15 minutes of everything else. I do like, oh my
The
god, that's
rollerblades.
a great song. Yeah, that was
How
that
about
was
the
hard. The
rollerblades?
rollerblades.
I like the rollerblades is crazy.
He was
The
getting a
Alicia
little
Keys
handsy with
situation.
Alicia Keys. Yeah, I mean,
That's all
married
over the
woman.
internet. Yeah.
That's a
Holy, I didn't
married woman
know.
right there.
Yeah. I mean, they're performing. It's the performing arts, right? It's wild
Yeah,
though. It's a little bit wild,
it,
but like
yeah, like
it's performance. It's acting.
yeah, it's a show. We're talking about it, so it worked. But if I'm Alicia Keys' husband, Swiss Beats, watching that, I'm thinking, Usher, your
Nah,
hands a little low
I
there.
mean,
Your hands a little low, Usher. Move that shit up a little bit.
no, he's probably, he's chilling, man. He's chilling.
Yeah. Well, I
He
mean,
doesn't care.
he doesn't care, right? I don't know if Usher's married or
They
anything,
would have
but
warned. She would have like told them like what was happening or like what the situation was beforehand, like
oh
right?
yeah, they rehearsed all this stuff, right? It wasn't anything impromptu. I doubt Usher
Unless
pulled a
yeah,
fast one on her.
yeah,
So
no,
they're
probably not. It was definitely like rehearsed.
they're professionals. I'm bummed we didn't get to see a lot of the Super Bowl commercials. Like we saw a few of the Canadian ones, but I feel like the Americans. I didn't get a chance to watch it today. I'll probably watch it this week. But I mean, we saw Osmos had one with Kyle, which was pretty cool. Kyle from Nelk in a Super Bowl commercial, something I never thought
Yeah,
I'd
that was
see.
kind of crazy.
That's right. Like those guys used to do pranks in friggin' Heartland, Mississauga, and now he's in a Super Bowl ad. It's just power of the internet. It's nuts.
Yeah, the internet's crazy. Actually, a wild place.
And Osmos too. Shout out Osmos. Like
Osmos.
they're on the come up too. I mean, they got a Super Bowl spot. They used to be
I mean,
a spot in Streetsville.
On a Canadian cast,
I'm still cost a ton of money.
how much would that have cost? You think?
Maybe like a million, maybe
No,
more than a million. Yeah.
no, no
What
chance.
would you think? What do you think?
You think like, less than a mil?
Yeah, it's
No,
just
like seven, like 500,000 maybe,
doesn't seem that much. I mean, I
bro,
don't know how to
for one ad. Like,
cost of Super Bowl ad in Canada. I mean, I'd imagine it's one of the most valuable shows of the year in Canadian sports too. So I would think, regardless of whether you're American or Canadian, it costs a ton of money.
American's different beast though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still gonna cost a ton. Okay. So I couldn't find the number. I'm sure someone will send it this week. We'll figure it out. But I would imagine it's still pretty friggin' expensive to rent an ad for the Super Bowl. I mean, I'd put an ad for our podcast
Yeah,
in the Super
500
Bowl if it
grand's
was that cheap.
expensive, bro.
500 grand's expensive, but I mean, yeah. I mean,
Maybe
that doesn't seem like.
like
I guess for these corporations, that's not that much. They're just throwing money
a
at stuff.
million. Like,
The one I really like was Vince Vaughn, Bet MGM with Brady. We talk about Brady again.
and
Is he as
Gretzky was in
is
there.
Mahomes as good of an actor as Tom Brady? I don't think so. I don't think he's as good of an
Is
actor.
what
Goes
what
head and
is
shoulders.
Tom? What Tom ads are there?
He did the one. There was one with Dunkin' Donuts. He did. There was the MGM one. He was in that movie
Yeah,
Ted
and that's
with
why
Mark
that's
Wahlberg.
exactly why Mahomes is gonna pass him is because he's not focused on acting. He's focused on laying it down on the field, bro.
80 for Brady. Like they made a movie about him too. Like,
Yeah,
I
so
mean, listen.
Mahomes doesn't need any of that. I'm just gonna go out there and dominate the amount of Super Bowls and just get out of there. You know, he's got his prime. He's got his prime deal. He's chilling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't.
I just
I'm
don't.
sure. I'm sure he got a nice bag from Prime for that. Brady's got TB12 like athletics, hydration. Like this guy's got his own line of juices and workout plans and clothes and food. Like he's levels above
But like,
Mahomes,
what
bro.
time? Like, at what point?
Levels.
At what point do you just forget about him,
Never, never.
bro? All these guys, you forget about them, man.
No.
Like how
He's
many people
gonna
are talking
be.
about Jordan? How many people are talking about Jordan anymore? You know what I mean? Like it's just it's in the
I don't
past.
watch enough basketball.
Once you retire, like you just kind of unless he like comes back and does some sort of like show. But even then, you're just like, oh, like Tom, you're not playing anymore, man. You're not playing anymore.
Well, he's leading the broadcast. He's doing commentary next year for Fox, so he's gonna be doing like play-by-play in the game. So that'll be interesting. Picking his brain a little bit, seeing how he reacts to some of the modern games. So he'll keep himself relevant. I'm sure of that.
Yeah,
Tom
no,
Brady
he'll
loves the
still stay
spotlight.
relevant, but like, yeah, it's just a different when you're not playing. It's just a different level of like you're not the athlete anymore. Now it's like you're a personality, and so his personality, like, is it as goat as his athletic career? Who knows? Could be, could be.
He seems like a fun guy.
I haven't
Seems like
really
a
seen any. I don't watch a lot of Tom Brady stuff, so I have no idea. But he does seem like
I
he's smiling,
do.
smiling a lot.
Yeah, that's like my I guess yeah, I'll put it out there. My like dream in all of this kind of, any like to get in the same room as Tom Brady, be able to shake that man's hand,
Really,
thank him
it's
for
Tom Brady?
bringing me and my Patriots so many wins. Yeah, no, I idolized that guy when I was younger. I mean, he was like the goat of the goats. He still is, but clearly that's up for debate now with some of the stuff Mahomes has been doing. But yeah, no,
So
Tom
like
Brady
that's
for
the
me is
guy you'd want to meet?
yeah, he's up there. I'm sure there's a couple different guys I'd want to meet, but he's like right up at the top. You know what I mean? If he walked into this room right now, I'd, you know, holy cow, I'm in the
Interesting.
presence of greatness. And so is he.
Exactly.
Got to
Exactly.
think like that. He's in the presence of greatness, not just I
Yeah,
am.
exactly. I mean, yeah, just a human being at the end of the day. That's won a couple football games.
Have you been starstruck by anyone you've met, or you been like any moments where you're like, oh wow, like I'm talking to this person right now? Like, what is life?
I remember like when I was like 8, I was at Torrey Pines 2007 PGA Championship. Tiger Woods is on the practice green. It's a practice round. My dad and I are sitting, and there's like this little like it's literally like the practice screen's like right here, like kind of just up, and we're sitting there. He has to walk. It's like there's like a little bridge to get off the practice green and onto the other side. There's like a little like river, so like he had to walk right by us. And so I'm sitting there. Tiger Woods is putting. My dad and I are just like waiting there with our flag to get it signed. Um, and then Tiger came walking through and walked right by us. Didn't even acknowledge me. And I was like
Oh, that's
7
not
years
right.
old. 7 years old. Tiger just couldn't stop and sign my flag for me. And then after that tournament, he never won a major again until it took him like 12 years, 13 years. He won the Masters a couple years ago. That was his first major win since that event. So yeah, no, Tiger was probably the closest, but I wasn't like starstruck per se. But I also, when I was around that age too, we ended up going to the Detroit Red Wings game, and we ended up going underneath and going into the dressing room, and so we got to meet like Datsuk, Zetterberg,
Ooh.
Babcock was in there. My dad took one of Babcock's pieces of gum, and then the trainer looked at him like because he has a big bowl at the front of the room. There was a big bowl of gum, so my dad took one of
Yeah.
Bab's pieces of gum, and then the trainer looked at him like kind of awkwardly, but it was crazy. Yeah, we're just like we're just in the room like buzzing around. There's like a workout spot for the players after the game, like to get on the bike and stuff. And then like their
Mhm.
families were all in there, and so we're just like kind of walking around. The O stick hadn't been released yet, and it was like the stick with the O's in it. So
Mhm.
I guess one of the like Datsuk had the O stick, and I was like, "Yo, what? Like this is the O stick." But yeah, we ended up meeting Lidstrom. We met Aldum Holmstrom. That was like the year they won the cup, or like the year after. So
That was
yeah,
like what, 07, 08?
yeah, that was like '08. So they would have won in like '09 or '08 or something like that. So that was like the year they
Oh, so
won.
you're a baby.
Yeah, I was young.
Even as a kid, you
That
weren't
was
like, "Holy cow, look at these NHL
no, it
players."
was
You
no, it
weren't.
was more like my dad was more like juiced up, like but for the, yeah, like for the most part, um, that was pretty much it. What else? I'm trying to think of another like.
What about like recently, like through Coach Chippy? Like, have you met anyone or like any? I'll give you one that surprised me when we went to Buffalo for the Chicklets Cup. I remember we were just walking through the ODRs where they were playing ball hockey, and the Spit and Chicklets team had just played, and Biznasty was coming off the ice, and he's like saying hi to fans, dapping people up, and then he walks by us and he's like, "Oh, Chip," and he says hi in depth. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Look
Yeah,
at
that was
this!"
cool.
Like that
Yeah,
was
Biz,
super
he's a
cool
beauty.
because I was like,
Yeah,
"Is that Paul Bissonnette?" And he stopped and talked to you. It wasn't the other way around. Like you didn't even, you know what I mean? And I was just like, "Wow." I mean, he's a big guy in person. I looked, I was like, "Wow."
yeah, he's
But he was a
massive.
beauty.
He's a big boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a big boy.
I met him at the Nashville draft, um, and ended up yeah having a drink with him, and just we were going to this place called Tootsie's, and it was like crazy. Everyone was at that party. It was like nuts. Like it was like I walk in. I'd never been to one of these like NHL parties where like everyone's buzzing. Like it was like Jack Hughes, Matthew Kachuk, the bro. Everyone was at this party.
That's
Biz, all the
crazy.
Spin Chicklets boys, and it was just we were buzzing around. So we got to meet a whole bunch of people there. Like Elliot Friedman was there. Like it was just like everyone, like literally every like media person was there. It was a cool, definitely a cool event. I just feel like yeah, now it's just like I view it a little differently. Like I don't know, like I don't like unless it was like a musician that I've been listening to since I was a kid. Like I'm not going to be like starstruck
What
by
about like
them. Like
Russ?
unless it's like yeah, like if it's like a musician that has like really
Yeah.
impacted my life in a big way, and I respect um like so an artist like Russ or someone like more musicians, I think I would probably be a little bit more starstruck, like meeting Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam or like yeah, just someone I've listened to and watched for a long time. I feel like athletes are a little different than like a musician because I feel like musicians impact you emotionally more. Like obviously, like like I met Mitch Marner, that was pretty sick. But it was
Yeah,
just
that's
like kind of
insane.
just like it was just like meeting your friend. It was just like meeting your boy. Like it was like he's just a beauty, right? Like, um, yeah, definitely musicians for me would probably be a bigger deal. Like meeting like Led Zeppelin, meeting like Robert Plant or uh, Jimmy Page. My dad met Jimmy Page and was like he just lost his mind. Like he was like doing a book signing in Toronto and he went down, waited in line, and it was yeah. He's like, oh, I'm happy to report, Jimmy, that my son listens to Led Zeppelin. So he had a cool moment with Jimmy Page, which is like the greatest guitarist of all time. Him and like Jimi Hendrix. So obviously a couple more goats, but
That's
Jimmy
dope.
Page is definitely a legend. But yeah, like Eddie Vedder would be a cool one. Russ, like I would definitely love to meet Russ. Like yeah, but at the end of the day, they're just people. Like I've realized, like all these people that you meet, they're just human beings, and they're just they happen to do something that you enjoy to watch or have impacted you, and it's cool to go up and talk to them and just be like, "Yo, what up? Like, appreciate you for what you do." But yeah, they're just human beings at the end of the day too, right?
Yeah, that's a cool way of putting it. Like I feel like I guess just in my mind because I wasn't like I listened to a lot of music, but not as much. Like I was always for me sports. So for me, like the athletes were the ones that I would be, geeking out. I guess if I met, but I say geeking out like I'm 24 years old, right? Like I think if you're 10 years old or 11 years old, oh my god, I'm a big fan. Can I get a picture? Can I get an autograph? I can't do that. at this age. I came up on Tom Brady. Oh my god, I'm a big fan. Let's get a picture. I wouldn't. I'd have to
Yeah,
keep
you
my
gotta act like
cool. I'd
you
have to
kind of
do a
gotta
little
act
bit
like
of
you've
work.
been there before. You kind of gotta act like
Exactly,
just
like
like
Tom, Prince. Nice to meet you. Like more mature.
yeah, yeah,
Treat him like
100.
a friend than a fan.
Treat him like a friend. Give him some positive energy, and just be like. And if you do want to say something, just be like, "Yo, you've been like I've just big fan. Respect what you do. Like appreciate you for what you do." And a lot of times they've also heard that a lot. So like they like it's your biggest deal in your life, but he's heard it like from a person every single day for the last 25 years. So it's kind of funny how that works. But
Yeah.
I was gonna say something about something. What was I gonna say? What were you talking about before?
Like which celebrities, or have you met anyone in this journey you've been on where it's been like, whoa,
Oh,
like that's really cool.
Matthews. I really want to meet Matthews.
I bet.
I just think he's a beauty. Like, but it's almost like you put like this expectation for what they're gonna be like in person. And that's what kind of makes it scary going and approaching like your favorite artist or your favorite athlete. Like you have this expectation of what you think they'll be like versus when you actually meet them in person, like what they're actually like. So
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it like nerve wracking going up to like an idol because you're not sure if your whole dreams are going to be shattered or they're going to live up to the expectation of what you've created in your mind because you've created this version that you think they are, but you've never actually met them, so you don't know. So that's kind of crazy as well. So I try to like be when I meet people that come up to me, I try to be super like positive, make it a good experience for them. But there's some days where you're just not having a good day, and you might not, present yourself as well as you want to. But that's what it's like comes down to like they're also just human beings as well, and they're gonna be. It might not be a great day when you meet them, and so try not to judge people off one interaction. If you meet your biggest star, like they might have just been having a bad day, or
That's
or
true.
they might have been having a great day and you had a great experience. So who knows, right?
Yeah, that's true. Like I think, well, you do a great job just seeing like being in public with you. You get stopped a lot, like especially when it comes to like sporting events or tournaments or everything. And there's no kid that you won't talk to or thing you won't sign or, oh guys, I gotta go, I gotta do, like you'll stop and talk to each one because you realize that, like you said, when it comes to Brady, like to these kids, this is the biggest moment of their weeks, their months, their lives, and to you, it's like Thursday, right? It's
Yeah,
whatever. So I've seen it enough where the way you carry yourself is what I'd hope that my favorite celebrities would do.
it's crazy that's even like a thing. Like I just find
What are we
that
even talking about right now,
I
right? Like,
I still find it's crazy that like yeah, like people are coming up to me and like that's just to me that's wild. Like to me even just to like think about that like um it's very cool. It's very cool to be able to have an impact on people and to the point where they want to come up and be like, "Hey, like I appreciate what you do," or like I've seen your stuff. Like that's crazy. Like to me, to be able to have an impact on people where they'll actually come up to you and they don't even like really know you,
mhm.
and and it takes a lot for like to do that to go up to somebody as well. Like it takes a lot of courage to like because they don't know how I'm going to react, right? So I also like it's definitely cool, man. It's cool being able to like create and having people embrace what you create. I think that's definitely one of the coolest things of being a creator is when people do appreciate the work that you create, and uh, it's wild. It's definitely wild, man. Like life's a trip. Like none of it makes sense,
Mhm.
and yeah, we're floating on a rock in space. I definitely had some of those thoughts this week of just like, yo, let's get back to remembering that we're floating on a rock in space and no one has a clue what's going on because I don't know why that somehow it frees me every time I start thinking like that. Just allows me to be like, yeah, none of this stuff matters
We
too
are.
too much. Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up on the stuff that doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, like just enjoy the day. Like today, I went for a walk, left my phone at home, drove the car out to like a park, and literally sat and just stared at the sun in the middle of a field for like an hour. I ended up like I think I fell into like a trance. Like I wasn't like my eyes were shut. The sun was beaming at me. Like I was definitely tired. Like I don't think I fell asleep, but like 40 minutes passed and I just kind of was like, whoa, like I didn't. It felt like that, and I was like, whoa, like I didn't have my phone on me. Like it was just me, the sun, this little hill I was laid back on, and I was like, yo, like, was I sleeping there? Like, yeah, it was definitely like I just needed a reset. Like I just left my phone behind, and I was like, I've been checking my phone all day. I've been scrolling on TikTok. This is bad. Just needed to just like chill, just like go into nature and just sit with the sun, and it was actually very refreshing. Because I also had a talk with my buddy Austin today, and we were just these phones are just insane, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like everyone's just addicted to these things, including myself. And it's like, when can I just put this thing away and never look at it again? Like that's how I feel. Like sometimes I'm just like, man, just taking up so much of our time. Like back in the day, like we'd be out playing street hockey and knocking on your friend's door to go, let's hang out. Now it's like no one's doing that. No one's doing that anymore. So like I feel like the nostalgia 2004 stuff's gonna come back. Like it's gonna become the cool thing again to like not be
Not
on
be
your
on your
phone,
phone.
to be like going out playing street hockey with your friends. Like I feel like that's gonna come back because I feel like that's also a cool like business model to like play to that nostalgia of like 2004, 2005, 2007 when we weren't just all addicted to our phones every
We were
single moment of the hour.
children. What do you remember about 04? We were
Bro, I
5
remember
years old.
everything. I was like building dirt jumps in
Really?
the backyard, bro.
At 5?
I'd be stacking bricks outside my house and building a jump with like a little piece of wood from the construction zone beside me, bro. Like, yeah, I was out there creating dirt jumps, forts, like outside. Man,
Okay.
it was just a different time, bro. And like, no, when 2007, we were like 9
No,
or
2007. Yeah,
8,
I'm saying 2004. We're 5 years old. I'm like, what do
but
you?
5, yeah. I was
iPhone wasn't
playing
even a thing.
I was playing
Yeah.
hockey. I was
Well, there
playing
was
competitive
no.
hockey.
Well, now with the new Apple, the Vision Pro, your phone's on your face. You don't even need to
Bro,
carry a phone
this
anymore.
are
Have you
we like
seen those?
this is such a dicey route we're going in. Like we're normalizing these goggles that are like putting you in a different universe. Like this is insane, bro. These metaverse goggles
You're
were
like in your
literally
phone, basically. You're
our
in your
intent.
phone.
In 5 years, are all of us going to be living in the metaverse and like making money and owing debt to the metaverse?
I hope
Like,
so.
is that actually what's about to happen? Like, should we be investing in cryptocurrency and NFTs right now because everything's
I'd
going to
hope
be in the
so.
metaverse? Because this is what I
Got
predicted in
money tied
2020,
up.
and that's why I started creating a crypto channel because I was like, everything's going to be metaverse, everything's going to be cryptocurrency, and we all need to start learning about this because that's what I felt in 2020. It's 2024 now,
We give
and
it 5
it's
more.
looking like the timeline is
2030.
correct. I said by 2030 we're all in the metaland.
Yeah, that. I mean, 6 years. Yeah, that might be pretty close to.
Cryptocurrency,
That could be pretty
we
close.
are living in there. Like no one's leaving their house. We got the goggle. The goggles are on. They're glued to your face.
Yeah, it's like you can
Like
like
man, I
take
don't know,
pictures of life. Like, oh, that's a cool picture. Boom, you go like this, and then you take the picture of what you're looking at. Like that. That was Black Mirror episode too. I'm pretty sure. So
bro. Everything
they're
about
they're
like
picking
even what
up.
we're doing right now is Black Mirror. I'm looking into a computer camera with my headphones on. Like this is Black Mirror, bro.
You like what you see?
What are we even doing? We're not even in the same room. And we're talking like this isn't like
You like what
if
you
so
see?
if someone was recording me right now, they'd be like, "This guy's crazy. He's talking to a computer." Like
That's
if you were
normal.
just to like take a recording of me, like they'd be like, "What is this guy doing talking to himself in a room?" Like it's wild, bro. I don't even know. I just find this where we're going pretty wild, and I don't know if I agree with it. I don't know if I like it.
Well, you're
I don't
locked
know if we
in
should.
though.
I don't know if we should just throw these phones away and become
Too
hippies
late.
again. And it's not too
Get to
late.
a million, then throw it away. Get to a million
Oh,
first.
and that's what I mean. Like once you start kind of viewing it like I do, it just doesn't like like million, 2 million. It's just a joke. The internet's a joke. It's like it's not a zone to be taken seriously, and I feel like a lot of people take it serious and
Oh,
like care what people think about them. Like just don't care what people think and just do you because the internet is a joke. It is not to be taken too seriously. It's not even reality. Like we're not. This is not even reality. Like reality is when you put the phone down and none of the internet exists anymore. Like when I went out on a walk in the park today without my phone, there was no such thing as the internet. There was no such thing as a video. And that's kind of like, I think that's how you start viewing the internet. You know, like a healthy way to view the internet is like it's not real, because it's not. It's actually just a screen
It's
that's
not.
producing colors and
Yeah, I
audio.
mean,
It's not human. Like it's not actually real. Like you can literally just
none
put
of
your
this
phone
stuff.
down and it's not existing. But it's crazy how much it consumes our day to day energy. And like like my parents would be used to be the people being like, "Yo, get off your phone." Like that's not even a thing parents say anymore. You're on your phone too much. It's like they don't even say that anymore. Back in the day, you'd be like, "Get off your phone." Like
Mine
that's
still say
literally
it.
parents don't even
I
say
still
that,
get
bro,
it.
because the parents are on
I
it.
still get it.
Your parents are probably
I
on
still
it
get it.
too.
I'll say, but now it's work. Now it's like, no, I'm on my phone. I'm filming. I'm researching. I'm doing like the phone is like the business. You know what I mean? Like you can't live without it because it's so many valuable things. Your camera, your journal for your Rolodex of all your videos. Like everything lives on that phone. So it's important because we're so dependent on it. So I don't think it'll ever disappear because we're too dependent on them.
Well, that's if
Unless
what
there's
if
a new
we
device.
well the grid everyone's saying the power grid goes down, and what happens when the power grid goes down? And
Oh,
it's like we gotta
we're
actually
done.
go hunt. We gotta go hunt our food again. It's like like the
Have you ever
actual
been
life
hunting?
skills. I've never hunt. No, I've fished. Fishing.
Yeah, I like fishing. I'd love to go hunting one time. Show 'em off my primal instincts.
I don't think I
You
could
know,
kill an animal.
you couldn't or you could.
No, I probably could if I needed to survive. Yeah, but like if I don't need to go shoot that deer, that's just chilling in the woods, just enjoying their day. I feel like I got nothing against it. Like I understand it. Like if you're eating it, like hunting's good. Like hunting's a good thing. Like hunting's natural. Um, like because yeah, the people where we're getting our meat from, they're probably killing these animals in a way worse way than I don't even know what they're doing. They're like developing them in some sort of farm that's got them boosted with steroids, making them. I don't even
Yeah.
know what's going on. So I don't know. So like I'm not gonna say if
Yeah.
I eat meat, like I'm not gonna say hunting's bad because it's not at all. It's actually
Oh yeah.
very
Give me
natural.
my Angus
Yeah,
burger.
actually I should go
Give me my
hunting.
Angus burger. It is what it
Yeah,
is.
I probably should go hunting. If I'm gonna eat meat and I haven't killed an animal myself, that's cow. I'm a coward, or I'm like if you eat meat, you should have to go kill an animal yourself to know the sacrifice that animal made for you to survive. And I feel like you would appreciate and respect that animal a lot more. So I do believe in that. If you're gonna eat meat, yeah, I should probably go out there and have to take a life of another animal if I'm gonna be eating meat. That should be something I have to do just to so I understand the sacrifice that animal made for me. What are your thoughts on that? Very
It,
primal.
it
Very primal.
I had one experience like that. I remember I went fishing. I was at a cottage with some family and I caught a fish that was big enough that we wanted to take home and cook. And like that's pretty common like with my family, like my grandparents, they'd like have like a great marination and all that. And so like they'd always like cooking fish. So we brought it back. We went out and caught it. We brought it back. And my dad's like, okay, you're gonna scale it. You're gonna do everything to prepare it. I'm like, what? So basically I had to like scale it and take all the like skin off of it and then pull the insides out. I know this is pretty graphic, but like basically main that fish so that it became cookable. And I'm doing this. I'm like, oh my god, like I'm taking a life right now. But it's weird because I had this feeling of like primal where you're like, this is what people used to do or people still do to survive in an era where now I can just go to a seafood restaurant and get a fish in front of me in 30 minutes. I'm doing it myself. And then we cooked it. And then when I ate it, I had this like out of body experience where it was just like I went from taking this thing from the water, from its daily life, and put it on a plate and then in my mouth. And it was pretty crazy, but it was almost like I felt bad doing it to the fish, but then I felt really good as like, hey, this is something that every human being should experience once, like you said, to kind of understand the process of how food gets to your plate.
Yes. And then respecting that animal for, sacrificing their life
Sacrifice,
for
yeah.
you to survive.
Tasted so good.
Yeah,
It
it
was
probably
tasty. It
tasted
was super
amazing.
tasty.
Yeah, and
I
it's like
love
you're
that.
thankful for that animal and thankful for that creature, So yeah, I think hunting is not a it's natural, and no one hunts anymore. No one knows how to hunt except for the people that do hunt, and they're like, I hunt, I'm a hunter. But
I
for
want
the
to
most
learn.
part, no one's hunting. But give me like one of those bows. I'd be more of a bow guy.
Ooh,
I don't need the
crossbow.
shotgun. I don't need that stuff. I don't need a gun. I don't like guns. I'm not a big gun
The
guy, but
Hawkeye. Yeah, we don't need to go there.
give me a bow. Give me something natural. Give me something that takes a little bit of technique, a little bit of skill. You know?
Yeah, I like it. Hunger Games style.
Yeah, give me a
That
little
would be
bow
cool.
ski.
Like Katniss.
Yeah, exactly. But those crossbows are definitely nasty too, though. Those like
Jesus.
mechanical bows or whatever. The yeah,
Yeah,
those
like from
things
Call
are
of Duty and stuff.
ins- insane.
Don't think I'll ever need one of those. But let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk some hockey. Interesting
Yeah.
turn of events for the Maple Leafs.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool. We watched it together. Leafs Senators. Leafs were losing, and the Ottawa Senators. Was it Ridley Gregg goes in on a breakaway to an empty net, slap shots the puck from 10 feet out,
bro,
and then
that's
eats a
crazy.
cross check from Morgan Rielly. You think Morgan Rielly deserves a suspension? What did you think of that hit or that whole sequence of
I
events?
honestly, I don't think he tried to hit him in the face. I think he tried to cross check him in the shoulder, which is completely warranted after that situation. You're not gonna take a slap shot at an empty net and not get like hit. Like that wouldn't be
Yeah.
natural hockey instinct. Like if no one did anything there, we'd be talking probably more about how no one did anything there. So Morgs had to step in, cross check to the dome. He didn't mean to hit him in the head. I think that should be taken into consideration when they're reviewing it. Like he didn't mean he had like one hand on his stick. Like it wasn't even a real cross check. Like he kind of pushed. It was more of a push than a cross check to the face. Like if he would have buried him to the face, that guy wouldn't have got up. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't really a cross check. It was more of like a push, and he tried to hit him in the shoulder. So if they're gonna give him 6+ games, that's absolutely ridiculous. Like
Is that
less
what they're
than 5
saying?
for sure. Well, it's an
Who said
in-person hearing, so
6?
I think it's
Oh,
in-person hearing, so I think it needs to be 5+.
what? Like
There's
I'm
probably worse cross checks that game than that one. I mean, it was
let's say when you were playing, like when you were in
sorry,
your heyday and someone did that in a game, what would be the natural repercussions of that? Like let's say someone did that on your team or someone did that against you. They took a slap shot on an empty net from like 10 feet out. What would happen?
bro. Someone blasted me from the behind. After the
Where's this going?
after the game, bro, right from behind, cross check from behind. Like I didn't even get suspended, bro. Like it's
Really?
all
They just let
depends.
it go.
It's dependent on the ref. Like if it's horrible, like yeah, you probably could get like 10 gamer, like a 5 gamer. I got a 5 gamer for kicking when I was like 8 because someone was
Kicking.
falling on me. Yeah, I got a kicking like, and it ended up being like a month and a half of hockey. Pretty wild. I got cross checked
Kicking
from
again.
behind. This was like I was like 7 years old. I got cross checked from behind, and I was like in the crease, and then it was a pile up, so my legs kind of came up naturally, like just to protect myself from people falling on top of me. So like I kind of like I was about to fall on me, so I kind of like just pushed up with my. It was a natural motion, so this guy doesn't fall on me. And the ref called me for kicking, and it was 5 games, but we had 2 tournaments during that 5-game window. So there was 2 games, and then we had a tournament. So I missed the 2 games, and then I wasn't able to play in the tournament. But the tournament games didn't count towards the
Oh,
suspension. So I ended up missing like 2 tournaments. I missed like 17 games or something like that. My dad was like
devastating.
writing letters to the league, like let this kid play. Like it's ridiculous. Yeah, it was
So,
wild, but yeah,
so with Morgan Rielly, then you think like let
man,
these guys play, like
it's
it is
clean,
what it
man.
is.
The guy should. I mean, he should be facing disciplinary action for the slapper on an empty net. Like he should. That should be an instigator. That was an instigator, man. Like you
Yeah, you
cannot
knew
do
you
that.
knew you knew what you're
That's an
doing there.
instigator. Like It's ridiculous, bro. Like you cannot do that. Like that's and people are gonna be like, oh well, yeah, you can. Like it's but like you just like it's protocol. Like you don't do that. Like he won't be doing that
But
again for the rest of his career.
no,
So the
I don't
message was
think you'll
sent.
see that again this season from any team or anyone.
Yeah, you don't do that. Else you're gonna get hit. Like it's just
Yeah.
it's when you disrespect somebody, they're gonna disrespect you back, and it's an emotional game. It was completely that was completely logical. Like that wasn't a like crazy thing that Morgan Rielly did. Like it wasn't like holy
No.
crap. I would never expected him to do that. Like after if someone does that, like that's completely normal. Like that's completely expected. So I don't know. I guess that is kind of how I view it.
What I just find silly is that there's people who are like, "Oh my god, why would he do that? That's such a dirty play. Why would he cross-check him?" But then those same people, if the Leafs didn't do anything, "Oh my god, the Leafs are so soft. They let this guy get away with it." Like it's a lose-lose situation. He did need to retaliate because if he didn't, people would call the Leafs soft. They'd say they don't have any toughness or they're just letting guys take advantage of them and humiliate them. And then he did do something. Oh, well, he took it too far. Like, what was he supposed to do in these people's eyes that love to criticize the Leafs? That would be, oh, that was a good retaliation. Like, what did he should have punched him? Should he have like slew footed him? Like, there's really no good decision in that moment. And you're angry, you're losing to one of the worst teams in the league, and this guy's embarrassing you. You're going to take out your anger on him. So I'm with you. I don't see why the Ottawa player isn't facing some sort of discipline for instigating it. And the fact that everyone's so up in arms, oh, why did he do that? I mean, what would you let someone do that to your team? No. And if the
Yeah,
roles
like
were reversed, like people would do the same thing if it was the roles were reversed. Oh, dirty
what
player, a Matthews doing the slap shot on empty net.
what he
Oh
should
my
have
god.
done was just buried him with like a body check. It's just like it's the cross check to the face that was the problem.
Yeah,
Like if
it
you
did look pretty
like
bad.
if you would have just like buried him with like a big shoulder or like but like you're pissed. You're going at him with the cross check. That's gonna hurt the most. It's something I like to bring out in men's league as well. Like I do bring out some heavy cross checks. Like when I'm pissed, someone's catching a cross check right to the arm, right to the elbow, somewhere like low protection. You go to the arm there. Like if Morgs would have just blasted him with a massive cross check to the forearm or something like that, it
It
would
was
be, it would be
done.
a different story, right? It just like it's the fact that you got it up a little too high and you almost removed his teeth with the cross check to the face. Like it wasn't even that bad. Like if it was a bad cross check to the face, the guy would have been missing teeth and he would not have gotten up. So he got up right after the play. Wasn't bleeding. Wasn't a. It was more like a push. He didn't. He didn't give him a two-handed cross check to the dome. Like if it was a two-handed cross check to the
Yeah.
dome, that could be like 20 games. But
It looked worse than it
it's
was, you're saying.
yeah, I think it was worse than it was. So
Okay.
yeah,
I feel that.
yeah. I mean, he's
Nice to
probably
see
gonna
the
get
Leafs though.
7 games.
7?
He'll probably get like 5 or
What?
something like that. I think
That's
he has to get like 6 plus or something. They're saying.
that's nuts. Like for standing up for your team. That's crazy. Like it's nice to see the Leafs stand up against people because you've seen over the years people always take advantage of us. You got Marshawn licking our
I know.
guys,
I
friggin'
know.
cross checks to our best players. We finally stand up for ourselves. We get suspended. Like that's silly. Conspiracy against the Leafs. I know people love to hear that. People hate the Leafs outside of
We're the
Toronto.
most
I've noticed.
suspended team since George Peros has come into the league
Shocker.
or becoming to an NHL safety guy or whatever. So it's absolutely insanity.
How much of that was Kadri though? Probably most of that.
It was like, yeah, it was like
He had a
Colton
few.
Orr. We had like a couple of guys that were pretty
Oh,
intense back in the day.
what a name
So
drop.
Colton Orr, Fraser
Speaking of,
McLaren,
oh wow, yeah, these
couple
names,
goons, man,
Komarov.
couple goons.
We had some big boys. We don't make them like that anymore. We got Reeves,
No,
but I mean Reeves was talking like he's like, oh, if I was out there, blah blah blah. I'm just like, listen, man, like get some points up. I don't want to hear that
yeah,
right now.
Revo.
Revo, he's a locker room guy, like he said, but you're not doing much on the ice. It's funny we brought up Kadri. I have a weird. This goes back to the celebrity story we had. So I remember, my family's Muslim, being brown, seeing a Muslim player on the Leafs, and a guy that looked like me skin color wise was super cool. So not necessarily idolized him, but I was like, oh, this is pretty dope. And I remember once I went to a Marlies game, and this was before he was called up, or he was on the Marlies for some stint or whatever, and he was doing a signing after the game, and I was waiting in line, and my dad goes, "Oh, when you get up there, you should say "Assalamu alaikum" to him, which is like how you say hello in Arabic, so like a common Muslim greeting." I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I go up to the front and I look at him. And I go, "Oh, Assalamu alaikum," and he goes, "What's going on, bro?" he didn't even
That's jokes.
he didn't even let it go.
That's
And my
hilarious.
dad goes, "What did he say? What did he say?" I was like, I said, "What's up, bro?" And we both just started laughing.
That's funny. That's
I was
like,
wanted nothing to do with it.
do you think he understood you? Like, did he understand you, or was
I mean, if he is Muslim, so he would have heard it before many times in his life. But maybe he was like not even listening, and he just maybe heard. Maybe I said words, or maybe I remembered it. But I remember saying it and expecting to hear "Assalamualaikum, alaikum salam" back, and he just, "What's up,
what's
brother?"
up, bro? What up,
It's
brother?
like,
That's jokes.
oh
Shout
yeah,
out
that
to
was
Nazem
crazy.
Kadri, absolute goat.
Yeah,
We could use him back on the squad, to be honest. Cads was a
yeah, that would be a
beast,
good pick.
man. We let him walk for absolutely nothing, like, and he went and won a cup the next year. Like, what a legend. Cads is a
Yeah, and
Leaf
then
legend that we need to bring back. We need Cads. Like, we actually need Cads on this team.
please some
Like,
grit. Imagine he was
holy,
on the ice
yeah.
and Greg did that. He would have done the same thing Riley did, probably worse.
He's done more.
Would've-
He did some big cross checks, bro, into the dome. He's not afraid to getting high with a crossy. That's for sure.
oh yeah,
But
remember the year they were against St. Louis and he hit Bennington and everyone was going crazy. Like
yeah,
he knows what he has. He knows his role and he plays his role well. And I
plays
remember when they won, he called out Toronto. He's like, if anyone thought I was a liability in the playoffs, they can kiss my ass. And he was talking about us, which I thought was a little kick in the nuts. That hey, we let him go and look what he did without us. Shout out
what a
Nazem.
legend.
Shout out Nazem.
Nazem.
Well, I do want to end here maybe with a little game. We've had some fun with some games. Just had a
Give
Super
me a
Bowl
game.
party. This is an interesting one. We'll do a little start bench cut Super Bowl snacks edition. How about that?
Oh yeah, we had some Super Bowl snacks that Prince cooked up. That was
Cooked up. Yeah.
pretty dynamite. Pretty
Thank you.
dynamite. Some nachos, some chili. I brought the old Loblaws chicken
Chicken
wings.
wings.
Man, those
Well, I was
were
gonna be.
suspect.
They were all right, but I was gonna do forget or no. I guess not yesterday's experience, but in general, start bench cut chicken wings, nachos, chili.
Start chicken wings, bench nachos, cut chili.
Cut chili.
For
Wow.
sure. Like chicken wings are I would almost start nachos. That's how much I like nachos, but I love wings too. So you gotta start wings. Chili's
Big
dynamite. It's just not as dynamite as nachos in my opinion. But
interesting.
like, because like chili plays once a year. Chili plays during the Super Bowl. Or on a cold winter day. Chili's great. But like nachos, you can have ground beef on nachos. So chili with chips, even better. But the nachos for me are playing a lot more, and chicken wings are just play year round for me. Like I could go for wings every Thursday, every Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay. Well,
So
I'll give you a
what do
chicken
you
one here.
what are you saying? What are you
My
saying on that?
I probably agree with you. Like, I'd start chicken wings. I do love chicken wings just because the versatility of it. Like, you don't even need to eat the same flavor every time. You can have chicken wings every day. It's a different
Mm-hmm.
flavor. It doesn't matter. Gotta go nachos too. And I'm cutting chili. Not that I don't like chili, but like you said, it's more of an occasion thing than something you could just pull out at any party or any Friday night or any restaurant you go to. So I agree
100%.
with you today.
Are you a sauce guy with your chicken wings, or are you like a dry rub? What do
Oh
you
no, sauce,
prefer?
sauce, sauce, sauce. I've had dry rubs, but it's
Dry
give me
rubs are good
sauce.
too. Like they just play at a different time. Like you could get a dry rub and it's dynamite as well. Like I Yeah, like I would love a dry rub as well.
It's cleaner. It's a lot cleaner. Like I don't like going out eating wings and my fingers are all like this, and PB with people. It's a tough look. But on the subject of chicken, start bench cut chicken wings, excuse me. Let me start over.
Go
Chicken
again.
wings, chicken tenders, chicken nuggets.
Chicken wings. What? You just said the two. The last two are the same.
No, nuggets like the little
Chicken.
ones, then the tenders, which are like the boneless wings, and then wings.
Okay. Well, I mean, I tenders and nuggets for me are the same, um,
Really?
but I'm starting wings, benching tenders, and cutting nuggets.
Cutting nuggets, eh?
For sure, chicken tenders are better than nuggets, in my opinion. No.
McDonald's? Chicken McNuggets though?
Yeah,
I've never
like
McDonald's
those
myself.
are dynamite, but like can't go wrong with like a chicken finger. Like
Didn't even know
chicken
what a
fingers are
chicken finger
bomb.
was.
Chicken tender,
Okay.
chicken finger. I mean, it's the same type of chicken. It's just in a circle or it's like a square versus a long rod.
Just
So,
ruined chicken that the long rod.
what are you doing there? I mean, it's the same play.
I'm cutting tenders. I don't need the
No
rods.
way,
I'm cutting
man.
tenders. Give me the nuggets.
You
Love
little chicken
nuggets.
balls, eh?
Why are you making this weird? Why are we
I'm
going
not making
rods
it
and
weird. I'm just
balls?
saying what they are.
Yeah, they're little bite-sized pieces.
Yeah,
Like
and
little...
I'm taking the tendies for sure. For sure.
That's what this podcast is all about. We can talk about, finding your true self and people who inspire you to become a better person. And we can also talk about chicken balls and chicken rods. So that's the versatility we're bringing on the Prince Huda podcast each week.
What else you got for me?
Uh, we'll do a How about a fast food one? Since we're kind of on the subject of chicken, let's go
Uh,
start bench cut. McDonald's, Wendy's, Popeyes.
It's tough. It's tough. It's tough.
That's a
I don't know
big
which
one.
one of these wants to sponsor my videos, so I don't know
Oh,
what
I
to
see. I
say.
see. You're playing the long game.
No, I'd probably start Donnie's, bench Wendo's, and cut Popeyes. I just don't go to Popeyes enough. I'm just going strictly based on like what I had growing up. Like there wasn't a Popeyes near me, so Popeyes is good. Like Popeyes chicken's good, but I've probably had it like 5 times in my life. Whereas back in the day, I was dummying Baconators. Big
Fair.
Mac, like, are you kidding me? Like, Baconators were my childhood. After a game, Dad, could we go for a Baconator? Are you kidding me? And then the Big Mac is just the Big Mac sauce wins it every time. So, like, what are you saying on that? You're
I'm
cutting
starting
Wendy's.
Popeyes. Yeah,
Oh, you're
I'm
starting
starting
Pop.
Popeyes. We're
That's
going from the end to the
crazy.
start. Oh, Popeyes?
You're not
Like,
starting Don. You're not starting Donnie's.
no way. Popeyes for sure number one. Absolutely. I mean, the
Nah, I don't
sandwiches,
believe you.
fire, pieces, tenders, they got everything. The biscuits, those Popeyes biscuits that dry your mouth up, those are amazing.
You just can't beat
Cajun
Don's though.
fries.
Like
The
even if you
fries are
don't say
better.
you eat Don's, even if you don't eat Don's, like you eat Don's. So it's like
Oh no, I eat Don's, but like it's 2 a.m. and I maybe,
that's
I'm
the
a
best
little
time. That's what makes it bomb.com, man. It's
if
because
they're
it is
next
2
to each
a.m.
other, if they're next to each other, I'm going to Popeyes. So, and I'm sorry, I'm cutting Wendy's. I didn't say it, but yeah, that would be the third one. So, bit of an opposite take there. I had a lot of Popeyes around.
Wendy's and Popeyes interchangeable, but yeah,
That's cool.
Popeyes. I don't know. I guess I just haven't had Popeyes enough. I don't even remember the last time I had Popeyes.
Okay, this weekend we're going to Popeyes. We'll probably find a
Popeyes is
good one out
dynamite
there
though.
too.
Popeyes is
Yes, there.
dynamite.
Come on.
Like Wendy's is dynamite too. Like I remember back in the day, like Wendy's chicken sandwiches are dino too. So like maybe I think it's a little different. I think all these places have like I feel like back in the day they used to be way better than they are. Like fast food used to be like so much better.
Maybe just because we hadn't had as much of it.
Maybe.
Like it's maybe
Yeah,
the same
maybe
stuff, and you're just like,
like I just feel
another
like it was
one.
better. I just feel like it was fresher in a sense.
Maybe it
Like
was
remember the old Wendy's, like how dope that was inside? Like they were like it was like a dine-in experience.
like a diner. Yeah.
Waterloo Waterloo had like the last like real Wendy's, bro. That place
Yeah.
was dope, man. Like, what happened to that? Like what happened to like life is just nothing is as good as it was like back in the day. Like the
Oh,
Wendy's
you
diners
can.
with like the booths and stuff, like it was like an actual like restaurant, man.
I
Now
remember
it's
that.
like everyone's trying to be like, let's get the most uncomfortable, stiff plastic chairs that look like we're from 2027 from the future. Like, just relax and give me like a felt like pillow on like, give me a comfortable seat that doesn't need to look like it can fly away with a drone. Like, why is every like fast food restaurant need to have a plastic chair that looks like it's from 2040? Like I don't know. Give me the old
Futurama.
give me the carpet. Give me the carpet back. I want the carpet feeling, the carpet
I like
vibe
it.
at Wendy's. Like back in the day, it was carpet on the floor. Yeah, it's a little tougher to vacuum. Yeah, it's gonna get smeared with mayo. Like, but but the vibe is yeah, the vibe is way better with the carpet. Sorry. I don't care if it has a big blog of grease stain on it. Yeah, like throw some Febreze on it. Like there's I mean the vacuums are so powerful now, it could just suck it out. So what's good? Bring back the carpets at fast food restaurants and make it a vibe. Like, come on. Like, sorry, like they need to be coming out with like retro McDonald's and retro Wendy's. That's a
Oh,
marketing
for
play.
sure.
Yo, that's a marketing play.
They'll do it.
I
I'm
have
sure
been
they're doing it.
saying that this nostalgic retro play like is coming back. Like it's gonna be
It'll
a
come back.
marketing play where it's like we're gonna like Wendy's is gonna open up like retro restaurants where everything's like throwback. It's
I'll
literally
give.
the marketing play of the decade, bro. Like I'm just giving away this gold right
Yeah,
now.
I was gonna say, well, we can cut this, or you want to leave it
It's
out at
amazing.
Wendy's if you're listening. I mean, this guy's just giving out game here.
Gold.
Bring back
That's
the
like
mayo
that's
carpets.
a viral marketing campaign. Wendy starts opening up retro places across Canada, and yet every province gets one retro restaurant.
Well,
Bro,
if
you
they're
kidding me?
listening, man, they'll do it.
Like even
But
like those old diners, like whenever you go to like an old diner, like that's why we like going to the retro diners because it's retro. Everyone loves that. You're vibing out at the breakfast spot. There's a little TV there. There's like that little the music machine that you can go pick the song. Like
jukebox,
what's yeah, like what's good?
the
Like everyone
jukebox.
wants to be born in the 80s and 60s and we want to go back to obviously we some of the stuff in the 60s and 80s weren't it wasn't
I don't.
amazing,
Yeah,
but
I
the
wouldn't love to be.
restaurant but the I'm talking about I'm talking about the pure just infrastructure on how things were made. Like everything was made a little bit with a little bit more love and the seats were more comfortable. There wasn't these plastic chairs. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
The paper
like
straws
straight
need to
from the
go.
'60s.
Paper straws. Someone I was at we were what were we at? The pita pit and the guy was
Yeah,
like, "Do you want a plastic or a paper straw?" I'm like, give me that plastic one, brother. I'm
I'm the
done with the
same.
paper straw. I'm done with the paper straw. Okay. Like,
Goodness,
sorry.
feisty today.
No more paper straws.
Feisty today.
Yeah, I'm just, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be changed. And we're changing. We're coming this like futuristic world. And it's like some of the stuff was better before. Like,
Yeah, we got.
bring back the Tamagotchi. Like, bring back the Tamagotchi. You know? Like,
We
that's
got.
lit. Bring back the PSP too while we're at it. Bring back the
What
GameCube.
else?
The GameCube.
Just drop all the requests.
Yeah, I want the GameCube back. I want
Mayo carpets, GameCube.
Mayo carpets exactly. How
Oh,
about going and knocking on your friend's door to ask them to hang out instead of texting them you're 5 minutes away. Come
oh,
outside.
that's what
Like,
happened.
no, I have to
That's happened
yeah.
yesterday. Benny texted me instead of ringing the bell here, which I appreciate though. Don't ring the bell. I like that. Text me when you're here. Don't
Yeah.
ring the bell. I
Yeah,
like
ringing the
that.
bell's crazy in 2024. Like if someone rings my doorbell, I'm getting low. I'm looking out the window. Who is at my house? Who's here? I'm hiding. Like if someone rings your doorbell in 2024, it's probably an emergency or something. Like it's who's ringing your
Yeah, I'm
doorbell?
already angry. I'm
Like
already angry when I open the door.
don't
So
ring my doorbell. You
don't be
know.
someone important if you want to ring my bell. But
Whereas back in the day, someone rings the doorbell, everyone gets excited. Like the whole family runs down to see who's here. Like we got guests, we got
yeah,
people coming over. No, it's not happening anymore. It's if
this
you're
man
texting
Scala
them,
bit there.
it's a Sebastian Maniscalco bit for sure.
That's funny.
But what's your feeling on this new age shit
I
show
mean,
that
there's
we've entered?
pros and cons. Pros and cons. I will say one underrated thing is the fact that like when you go fly, boarding passes are on your phone. Like when you go to concerts and stuff, tickets are on your phone, movie tickets. Like I like not having to carry
Nah,
paper around,
whack.
little things like that.
We want
Not
the
having to carry
paper,
cash.
man.
You just asked me for my opinion, and now you're telling me
We
that
want
it's
the
not good.
paper. Yeah,
No,
it's not good. I'm
I'm not
disagreeing.
carrying
I'm disagreeing.
an 8 by 11 piece of paper. Oh, scan my ticket. Oh no, what do I do with that? Like now it's all on my
Scan
phone.
like this scanning crap. Like, how about I just have a piece of paper that I just show you, and that's my entry. You know,
You
something.
asked me what I
I'm looking for
like.
something real. You know, that song we
That's
listened to the other day.
real.
Give me something real. I'm done with all this digital bullshit, dude. Give me something real. Give me a physical ticket. Give me a physical
Oh,
human interaction. I don't want to talk to a automated bot when I call the bank. I want to talk to a human
oh, that's the
being.
worst.
Like it's just
I'm
turned
with you there.
into too much digital shit. Like let's go non-digital, please. Some like I don't know. I think something's got to change. I think we're in way too deep with this internet, with this digital stuff. I feel like people want some realness back, and I'm here to talk for the people. You know, I'm here to talk to the people who want some realness back, some just normalcy. I feel like this has gone banana land. We are in a crazy matrix system right now of digitalized living, and I don't think it's the most healthy living. It's I know I'm fed up with it. Like today I was like I'm leaving my phone at home and I'm going for a drive and going for a walk without my phone, and I even felt myself getting nervous. Like what if something happens to me? I got no one to call. Like I'm in the woods by myself and I don't have a phone. So there's like the security of like having your phone with you. It's like a lifeline. Whereas if you leave it behind, like now it's like what if your car breaks down? You don't have a phone. Like it's a different way of life for sure without like a this lifeline to be sitting with you at all times.
I
So
feel that.
I feel like I got to
Well,
do some sort of like experiment. How long? Like like at least like a week without my phone or something like that, and just see like
good.
a
Yeah.
dopamine. Honestly, a dopamine receptor
Yeah.
detox, like a dopamine detox, is like I feel like I'm in need of it right now, but at the same time I'm working on my phone. So there's my little
Yeah.
rant. There's my
Hopefully,
little rant.
if you're a listener, you're a viewer, don't throw out your phone. Like, subscribe, comment, listen, download, subscribe, throw a rating. Then you can
No,
get
I'm
rid of
telling
your
you,
phone.
delete it. Delete the
Don't
app.
listen to
Don't
this
listen
guy.
to this.
Keep your
Don't even
phone.
listen to
Keep your
anyone
phone in your
but
hand
yourself.
and do what you
You
got
don't
to
need to listen
do.
to anyone but yourself. Follow your heart, and go
Yeah,
create.
listen to yourself, but also listen to the Prince of the podcast with Coach Chippy. Like, if you're gonna listen to two things in life, yourself and this
Yeah, like if you're
podcast,
gonna listen to anything, probably listen to myself
and the
and Prince.
podcast. But
Yeah, and Prince.
yeah, two most influential people.
Yeah,
You've
because
been a big one.
we know everything about the world. So
Yeah, you're speaking from experience about the '60s and '80s. Like you were around, you know
I
what it
watched a
used
lot
to
of
be like.
documentaries, brother. I've watched so
Yeah,
many. The Woodstock, talk about Woodstock '69.
yeah, you know,
Holy, bring me
you
back
your
to those
days.
days of peace and love, baby.
I love it.
I'm definitely
I love
hippie.
it.
I'm definitely a hippie at heart. Like hippie chippy is a real thing. Like I don't want to dress up to go anywhere. I don't want to wear a suit and tie. I just want to wear a hoodie everywhere I go.
You
But
do. I've seen it. You do.
I do wear a hoodie
You
everywhere. That's what
do.
I'm saying. Like I just like I don't like this corporate dress up to impress people to for a status. It's just like, yeah, relax. you can make money and show you don't need to show people that you have money. I think that's the dopest thing is just like have a lot of money but no one knows you have money. I think that's the way to rock. It's just like
I like it.
have it in the bank but you don't gotta tell anyone you have it. No one's gotta know you have it but you do have it. And instead of having to like wear all these expensive things like showing people that you have money, like if you have money you don't need to show anyone you have it. Just walk around, swag around, but money's not even real at the end of the day. So it's
Fair enough.
this is just my opinion coming out today. I'm just sharing it. Fuck it.
Yeah, you're on one today for sure. Like you're definitely on one. I
Yeah, I'm
mean,
on one today.
what doesn't make you happy, what does make you happy, it's good. We're learning more about you every episode. But I'm gonna cut it here. I'm gonna cut it
I
here
could
'cause
keep
we need to
going.
save some. I know
I'm
that's what I
flowing right
mean.
now.
That's what I
I could
mean.
keep going.
I
I could
believe you.
keep
I believe
going.
you. We got episodes to go. I'm sure Hippie Chippy will make an appearance regularly moving forwards. But
Yeah, Hippie Chippy is coming to save the world
I love it. Well,
from
in the
this
midst of whether it's Hippie Chippy or Coach,
digital universe or this digital revolution.
whether it's
No.
Hippie Chippy or Coach Chippy, appreciate you coming, sparing your time. We talk sports, we talk life, we talk the future, the past, and the present, which is right now. So appreciate everyone listening, watching, subscribing. We will be
Yep.
back next week for our 10th episode, and then maybe we'll see some more Hippie Chippy,
Bring
maybe
back
some
the
more
carpets,
studs.
baby. Bring back the furry carpets, please.
Bring back the male carpets, Wendy's,
Yeah,
and you'll get
bring them
this guy
back.
back
Do
in
you
the
not
door.
agree? Do you not agree?
I mean, fair. Let's do it.
How cozy is a carpet? This hardwood floors,
Yeah, I'm
tile.
about to I'm
Kidding
about to
me?
lay on a carpet right now.
You have a carpet?
Appreciate you. I'm on one right now.
Oh no way! See, my
Yeah,
carpets got
nice.
all we what's it called? Renovated and got rid of the carpets. So poor me.
Dope. I know, man. I mean, I would say, do you want to send the people home happy or give them a little piece of advice, a little anger, a little angst, anything kind of lighten the mood,
Get
give
off
them
your
make them appreciate.
phone. Get off your phone and go for a run.
Well, if you've made it this far and you heard him say it, do get off your phone and come back next week where we will see you for episode 10. This has been the Prince Chippy podcast with Coach Chippy. Thanks for watching.